stop whatever you're doing, because what's just surfaced out of Las Vegas isn't your average celebrity drama. No, this is a seismic betrayal, one that's already shaking the internet and may very well be remembered as one of the most jaw-dropping scandals in pop culture history. Papoose, the man long hailed as hip-hop's most loyal partner, the ride-or-die husband who waded through thick and thin while Remy Ma was incarcerated, has reportedly married someone else. And not just anyone. He's allegedly tied the knot with none other than undefeated boxing champion and two-time Olympic gold medalist Claressa Shields. That's right. And here's where it gets wilder. The wedding didn't happen at some extravagant celebrity affair dripping in diamonds and paparazzi. No. It went down in a drive-through chapel in Las Vegas, cloaked in shadows, under the cover of night. The setting? Secretive. Remote. With no cell service. It's as if it were designed to stay buried. But as we now know, secrets in the digital age don't stay secrets for long. Because while Papoose was allegedly saying "I do" to Claressa, Remy Ma was just floors away. Yes, you read that right. She was staying in the exact same hotel, totally unaware that the man she believed was hers, the man she thought was planning a romantic weekend, was actually orchestrating the ultimate betrayal just an elevator ride away. Sources close to the situation, real sources, not just keyboard detectives, say that Remy stumbled upon leaked security footage. And when she watched it, she didn't scream, she didn't lash out, she collapsed, emotionally gutted. Imagine thinking you're about to have a weekend of champagne and candlelight, only to find out you're the unwitting guest of your own. Heartbreak. Papoose, once celebrated as the gold standard of marital loyalty. The man who was praised on talk shows, in rap verses, and across social media for his unwavering devotion. A man who, at one point, looked like he'd tattoo his heart with Remy's name if given the chance. But now, that image has crumbled. Because behind that unshakable loyalty was, allegedly, a secret romance brewing quietly but intensely. This wasn't an overnight hookup. According to multiple industry insiders, ones with actual credentials, not just some cousin with a gossip blog, Papoose and Claressa have been linked for months. They were seen at exclusive events, allegedly arriving together at backdoor VIP lounges. There's even a photo that made the rounds, Claressa stepping out of a black SUV wearing what looks suspiciously like Papoose's signature leather jacket, half-zipped like a silent admission. At the time, no one believed it. Why would they? Papoose and Remy were goals, the couple that made the internet cry with their vow renewals on love and hip-hop, the pair that gave hope to people who still believe in loyalty in a world obsessed with drama, but the whispers never stopped. And now, with the footage, the receipts, and that oddly timed room service bill with 2 champagne glasses and 1 signed name, things are spiraling. So how did this entire affair unfold under everyone's nose? What really happened in that Vegas chapel? And most importantly, how does a man who stood by a woman for a decade turn around and leave her in the most humiliating way possible? The footage was raw, captured from a shaky hand on an upstairs balcony overlooking a dimly lit wedding chapel tucked just off the Vegas Strip. The camera struggled to focus, the audio barely audible over the hum of the night. But the image? It hit like a thunderclap. Papoose, unmistakable in a sharp white tuxedo. Claressa Shields, radiant in a floor-length gown, glowing under the chapel's flickering neon lights. And in the center of it all, an Elvis impersonator, complete with a Bluetooth speaker, a glittery jumpsuit, and absolutely zero shame. The ceremony played out like a fever dream. According to an anonymous tip from a wedding photographer, allegedly hired by Claressa herself, the wedding took place shortly after 2 a.m., that strange hour when even Vegas starts to doze off. With the casinos quiet, the timing was deliberate, discreet, perfect for a scandal brewing in silence. But while vows were being exchanged just feet from the Strip, a whole different scene was unfolding only a few floors above. And no, we don't mean across the street. We mean the same hotel, the same building. Remy Ma was there, reportedly tucked away in the spa suite, sipping herbal tea and preparing for what she believed was a romantic weekend with her husband. She was texting him. Simple messages. "Where you at?" "I'm waiting." All while Papoose was downstairs, slipping a ring onto another woman's finger, whispering about fresh starts and locking eyes with Claressa like they were characters in some twisted soap opera. And the layers of deception? Chilling. A hotel employee from guest services claims that Papoose booked the chapel through a private luxury elopement package using an alias. He paid entirely in cash, dodging any trace on their joint accounts. No paper trail, no receipt. Nothing that could raise a single eyebrow. Remy never saw it coming. The footage reached her inbox via a burner account. 0 followers, no posts, no name, just a cold link and a gut feeling. She clicked. She watched. And according to sources, close to her she unraveled. Full emotional collapse, screaming, tears. A wine glass shattered across the marble suite. Staff were reportedly called in to intervene. One stunned employee said they overheard her whisper, almost to herself, "I knew it. I knew it." Recalling a moment weeks ago when Papoose casually asked if she liked boxing. At the time, it felt random. Now, it was a breadcrumb that suddenly made perfect, painful sense. The internet has completely lost it. Fans are split right down the middle, and the fallout is getting messier by the hour. On one side, you've got people calling for Papoose to be canceled immediately. No second chances, no redemption arc. On the other, a wave of anger is building against Claressa Shields, branded by some as a homewrecker, a title as heavy as her championship belts. But here's where things get even darker. This isn't just about one shocking night in Vegas. That scandalous, neon-lit ceremony was just the tip of the iceberg. Because now the question isn't what happened. It's how deep does this betrayal go? And the part that'll stop you mid-scroll? Someone clearly didn't want this story to see the light of day. Moments after the first leaked video hit social media, the account that posted it vanished. Deleted. Scrubbed clean like it never existed. But not before a few sharp-eyed fans snagged the footage, downloaded it, and began sharing it through the internet's underground alleyways, Reddit threads, encrypted Telegram groups, and private DMs. It's spreading like digital wildfire, and there's no putting it back in the vault now. But buckle up, because that's not even the wildest part. A new source has come forward, claiming there's a second video. This one, far more intimate. A behind-the-scenes glimpse into the ceremony, this time with clear audio. You can reportedly hear the vows, the soft shuffle of rings being exchanged, and then the moment that stopped everyone cold, allegedly whispered by Papoose himself. And suddenly, the timeline fans have been piecing together takes on a much more sinister shape. Now people are asking the uncomfortable questions. When did this all begin? Was Papoose texting Claressa while Remy Ma was out doing interviews, calling him the epitome of loyalty? Was Claressa quietly sitting courtside at that one event, while Remy was backstage, completely unaware? The public is demanding answers. And Remy? She's gone ghost. No tweets, no cryptic Instagram stories, not even a passive-aggressive like on a shady comment. Radio silence. And sometimes, silence screams louder than any clapback ever could. And just when it felt like the chaos had reached its peak, we found out the second video? It wasn't just leaked. It was sold. A former valet, who claims he saw Papoose tipping a man in a glittery Elvis robe, says the footage was purchased for a sizable amount by a notorious UK-based gossip site known for exposing celebrity meltdowns. And in this HD recording, there's one line that's igniting absolute outrage. Claressa, voice trembling, allegedly asks, "Are you sure about this?" To which Papoose calmly responds, and with that one sentence, this saga goes from messy to utterly jaw-dropping. And just like that, the carefully curated image of hip-hop's most loyal husband collapsed, faster than a house of cards in a desert windstorm on the Vegas Strip. The video continues, almost surreal in its strangeness. The officiant? Yep, Elvis. Again, only this time he's rocking gold aviators and a Bluetooth mic, giving the ceremony a strange mix of kitsch and chaos. In his best impersonator drawl, he asks the classic line, "If there's anyone here who knows a reason why these two shouldn't be married, speak now." There's a pause, a long one, then a low chuckle, allegedly from Papoose himself. That silence? He shattered it with a joke that hit like a slap. The room, if you can even call it that, was nearly empty. Just Claressa's assistant holding her veil and an unidentified man lazily sipping what looked like a mimosa. No applause. No tears. Just an awkward, offbeat cheer as the newlyweds kissed and strolled out, hand in hand, into the neon-lit Vegas night. They climbed into a waiting Rolls-Royce Phantom, purring at the curb like something out of a music video. But even that had layers, because the car wasn't under either of their names. It was rented under the alias Pamela, which insiders claim is a code name Claressa has used in the past to dodge paparazzi. Meanwhile, the internet was unraveling in real time. The moment the footage began surfacing in underground gossip forums, fans went into full detective mode. Suddenly, a cryptic post Claressa had shared just days earlier came back to haunt her. A sultry shot of her in Vegas, captioned, "Best night of my life. No gloves needed." At the time, just another flex. Now, a digital confession. The comments. Under that post turned brutal, Twitter, or X or whatever we're calling it this week, exploded. Hashtags like Papoose exposed, Remy deserves better, and Claressa clapback trended simultaneously. TikTok timelines filled with explainers. Full-length videos dissected the scandal, some fans even creating spreadsheets to align Instagram story timestamps with alleged sightings. One viral post from a fan account called Remy Revenge Files claimed that Papoose used a coded message during the vows. The ring fits better this time. Fans speculated it was a jab at his original wedding to Remy, a ceremony he once described as rushed but real. But the moment that truly shook everyone? No words, no shade, no subtle comments, every single photo with Papoose? Gone. She unfollowed Claressa, wiped her feed, and changed her profile picture to a solid black screen for someone known to post. With passion, poetry, and power, her silence was louder than anything she could have said. Remy's silence had been louder than any statement. Known for her razor-sharp tweets and no-nonsense commentary, the quiet was starting to feel like a storm brewing just beyond the horizon. And then, at 2:17 a.m. yesterday, it happened. Remy finally broke the silence, not with words, but with a single, calculated Instagram story. A black screen. No caption, no text, just Rihanna's "Take a Bow" playing in the background. "You look so dumb right now, standing outside my house." Fans didn't need a translator. The message was clear. The internet erupted. The comments came pouring in, and apparently those fans were right, because lawyers have officially entered the chat. According to a source close to Remy, she's now consulting with her legal team to dig into the legitimacy of the Vegas wedding. Here's where the drama turns into a potential legal nightmare. Remy and Papoose are still legally married, meaning Claressa's moonlit chapel ceremony might not just be scandalous, it could be criminal. Enter bigamy. It's not just a tabloid. Headline: it's a felony in multiple states. If the paperwork checks out, this could turn from salacious gossip to actual court proceedings. Rumors are already swirling that Remy is preparing to file not just for annulment, but to go nuclear, dismantling Papoose's entire public image piece by piece. Brand deals? On the chopping block. Reality show contracts? At risk. His reputation as hip-hop's loyal king? Hanging by a thread. There's even talk that Remy's cooking up a tell-all documentary, working title, "Loyalty Ain't Enough."